Today on MOE'S Tour, we're going to unbox from Mego's world's greatest Mego's Monsters line. Here comes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Leatherface, and it's coming up next. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of MOE'S Tour. Come from My Room Tours, and today we're going to take a look at Mego's world's greatest Mego Monsters line. Here comes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Leatherface. I believe this is the newest one. I think it might be the HBO Max special that they put this on, and they kind of gave an update, a reboot from the original. It's kind of like as if he's been hiding out, and some kids tend to find him, and then all of a sudden this bad boy comes out and just causes havoc on all of them. I mean, everything from removing heads to body parts to blood galore. On this updated Leatherface movie, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, somewhat different than what you're used to with the originals. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. You can see right here, this is the remake of the movie, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one that had Jessica Biel in it. And I absolutely love that movie so much that I chose not to open this one. But I do have other figures of Leatherface that you can check out. So here we have the newest one. This one is from Mego. I just recently found this on a toy hunt, and it retails for $19.99. Yeah, around $20. 8-inch action figure. You can see the typical Mego line. 17 and up. It is for the horror section. So you're going to be looking in the collector section because we found this one at a super Walmart. So if you're new to the game and you are looking for stuff like this, Walmarts and Targets are putting out collector sections. They're out in the back of the store by the electronics. They're actually in the electronic area, and you could ask your local associate there as to where they could guide you to the collector section. And if they have them, they're going to be right there. But they had him, they had Ghostface, they had Hatchet, Victor Crowley, they had Medusa, they had a few others, they had a Wolfman, a bunch of other stuff. So they had some 2-packs of them. But there's a lot of characters out from this. But what I love about Mego is one of those long-lasting action figure lines. When I was a kid, I had Megos, okay? And I am 51 years old now. But when I was a kid, I had Superman, I had Spider-Man, Batman, and I had Robin, I believe. I think I might have had a Joker as well. But yeah, I had those, and I would play with those things all days because that's what was available in those days. And Mego is just branching off. Now they're doing horror, and the sky's the limits now. So collecting is at an all-time high. So when you see stuff like this, yeah, definitely. If NECA hasn't put it out yet, MEZCO or any of them, or McFarlane, you definitely see this and you're like, yes, I have to have it, and I have to be one of the first to get it. So you can see how it is. It's on a flat card, has a bubble to it, and then on the back is a actual photo of how he looked in that movie. The movie's a little weird. It's a little off, I will say, but you can go on to, I believe, HBO Max and watch it for yourself, and you will see what I mean. It's just one of those things. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not meant for more of a yuppie type crowd. It's not meant for more modernized fan base crowd. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is Texas hillbilly style, old ways of doing things, and you have people that stumble along the freeways over there or however, and they tend to run into this, and this is what demolishes them. But I just really don't care for when they try to mix something like this up with, new modern, But what I did like was the fact that they brung back the original actress that was in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in this movie. And then they tried to revive Leatherface and bring him back. And boy, did he ever wreak havoc on some of those youngsters. He even climbs onto a bus, folks, and just wreaks havoc on I don't know how many people. But all right, folks, What you are here to see is you are here to see this man. Here you have Leatherface kicking back behind his window pane, locked in his plastic prison, as he has finally made it here to Mo's toy room. Chainsaw, real clothing, even has a standard necktie, has a whole new face look, face sculpt to him. But let's see how these Megos stand. We got to see how they stand, folks, because I'm going to see if this guy can stand on his own. All right, so let's take him out of the package and review him. All right, folks. As figured, the figure has a hard time standing. A lot of my other Megos that I have unboxed, I have on stands of their own already, so I'm not going to really remove them. So I'm going to take my chance on this one. So the tail of the tape on Leatherface is from bottom of foot to very top of head, 8 inches tall, and he is looking more like 20.5 centimeters. All right, Leatherface tends to bring only one thing that he needs: chainsaw. And out of everything that was in that package, this was the only thing that was secured down with some like plastic, like little vinyl ties. You can see that they did a pretty good job on this. I know it looks a little cheesy, but for this figure, this is how it's supposed to look. These are Megos, man. I mean, they're not really expensive. I think they might have went up a little bit in price. Nothing really moves on this. It's just stationary, but that's what you got. But they did go up a little bit on price, and you know, it's getting like that with all toys. But all right, folks, so here we go. You have Leatherface right here. I'm not expecting him really to do much, okay? But I know one thing, that this figure is supposed to have 26 points of articulation. So as far as side profile, head going down and up, not going to happen. It's just going to go side to side, and you might be able to get it to spin around. And you can see that underneath there, you got the typical Mego body that's in there. That's probably going to be reused from other figures. But yeah, Mego's one of those ones that tends to put real clothes on just about everything. So that's how you know you got a Mego. If you want to look at the face, they did a pretty good sculpt on the face for the price. It's a new Leatherface figure. These Leatherface figures can hit ridiculous prices from the past that we have seen. Especially the newer Leatherface ones. Some of those are just, you know, beyond how much they cost. But anyway, let's go up to his shoulders. They will hit 90 right there. Okay. You got them there, so they will go down, will go up and around, but you can see the clothes get somewhat in the way and they hinder it. So let's take a look. You can see they got it tied in the back. The clothing is just single. There's not really a wash or anything to this other than the apron that they've kind of got patterned on it to look like old blood. But I mean, they tried to make it look a little clean. I do like the fact that they gave him his necktie. But right here on these Megos, right below the chest, they're not really going to have like any swivel or rotation other than at the waist. You're going to have it, so you can see it right there. It's going to be right there at the waist. And as far as like ab crunch, they have a little area inside here. You can see through the back. Trying to get it the best I can. That'll give them a little bit of ab crunch. But these Megos are more like dolls. So just to let you know, okay. So as far as the bicep swivel, not feeling it, but they're gonna have like single joints. I just gotta find it. That's the thing. I don't want to, pardon my fingers. Okay, I know some of you get upset when I put him in the way, but it's all I can do. This guy don't want to stand on his own. So he will have some arm movement in the elbow area about to there. Single joint elbow. He does have rotation, will swivel in the elbow. So he does have that. That's pretty cool. And then at the wrist, you can see that hinge right there. So typical Mego hinge, and they kept it real with that, so you can get that. All their figures are pretty much the same, and the other arm is the exact same. You can see that. I wish they would throw in some kind of stand or sell stands for these guys, but yeah, there you go. He's standing okay, not bad. All right, But you got his necktie, which is black. He has an offset kind of grayish blue garment that he's wearing on top, his shirt. All this, the way that his stuff looks around his neck, everything looks pretty damn nice for a $19.99 figure. All right, so you have black pants all the way down. That's about what he's going to do in a running position if you need him to chase you. These Megos are always very, very flexible. And, you know, back in the day, I think that they used to make some of them even with, like, I'm not sure if they had rubber bands in them or what it was, but after a while, they would get really, really wore out. But then, all right, so you got his apron. His apron does go up. You can look at it right there. No hip movement at all. He's going to have a single joint on the knee. That's about all you're going to get right there. Same as the other leg, okay? The thing is he brings real shoes. Look, his shoes are ready to fall off. So, you know, I'm sure this is reused probably from something else. But this is the way that they used to be back in the day, you know? So let's see if he has swivel in the knee. Yes, he does. Has swivel in the knee. And the other leg has swivel. Yeah, this is real odd because I really wish that it would stand, you know, on its own. So I'm trying to do my best here, folks. And then as far as feet down and they go up, obviously this is going to have really good feet movement because that's what they got. Got a little bit of rocker right there. And that's my review of Leatherface, the new one. So if you haven't seen this movie, definitely see it, especially if you're a Leatherface fan, because they brought him back to life. And it was good to see, and it was good to see the original actress that got away in the original, that she came back and she was much older, put up a really good fight. But I'm not going to do no spoilers of what happened. But this guy is a complete badass. All right, so here he is with chainsaw in hand. I got him to stand up with this chainsaw. I had to lean him back a little bit just because it made him even more top heavy. But he is holding his own, very surprisingly. And yeah, it's a really nice $20 figure. So folks, definitely go out and get yourself one for sure. And you're going to like it, especially if you're a horror movie fan. But that's how he looks there. And you can even look underneath the necktie right here, where they have Velcro, so that way you could open it, and it's just a standard body under there, naked torso. But yeah, that's how he looks, and yeah, he's holding his own. Here's how he looks next to the Jessica Biel remake one. I am not going to open this one. It looks like it's the same exact chainsaw, but this one is the red one. The sculpt is definitely different amongst the two. The clothes are definitely different. But yeah, they're out there, folks. And Mego is just hitting it up with this world's greatest Mego's Monsters line. Absolutely loving this. They have Universal Monsters from Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein. They're all in here. And I believe they're even getting ready to release a Michael Myers. So I know that I have a Scream one that I'm going to do another review on. So look for that one in the future. But yeah, these Megos, they're something else, folks. So you're asking yourself, how do these Megos match up for being one of the oldest toy lines on the planet? Mego they just had something real good, so they're going to run with it. The format for making these figures has been pretty much almost the same as they did from, I don't know, the 60s all the way up to the 70s, from Planet of the Apes to the superheroes, and now we have horror icons and Universal Monsters. But how do they fare up next to some of the more modernized figures? Let's take a look. So here he is next to some of the movie maniacs that I have from McFarlane Toys. NECAs, we got MEZCOs up through here. Just a few extras that are out there, but that's how he stands. So he's a little bit larger, but it's more like a doll, and for 20 bucks, he looks good in a collection. So, you know, you can see him there, even some of the ones that are over there. This ain't all my stuff. This is just some of the stuff that I have out. A lot of stuff is put away, and he'll probably end up getting put away as well. But I do know one thing with these real clothes, the moment that they collect dust, it could be pretty hard to get off. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to put him away. But that's how he looks, folks, next to some of the other ones. And you could tell that I got some of the other Mego Universal Monsters up in the back. And here he is amongst himself in the front. But yeah, he looks pretty good. So all in all, Mego's typical standard formula of making action figures is still relevant today. We're getting a whole lot more new characters in, and that's what keeps Mego going strong. And I believe that in the future, for some of you that don't have any of these Megos, and if this is right up your alley, get out there and get yourself some, because you're going to absolutely love what they're doing over there at Mego, bringing these new characters to life, giving us something different, giving us a doll form of what we can call an action figure that gives us the horror-related icons of horror that we have been waiting for. And yeah, like I said, he's one of the first ones I've seen released in this style for the newer Leatherface. So if you're looking for that one and you are a hardcore horror fanatic, you like this video, please thumbs up the video, like, share, subscribe, and go out and get yourself one of these new Leatherface, because they are hitting stores now. So go to the collector sections. I found this one at a Super Walmart. So if you have a Super Walmart in your area, they will more likely have one. And they have other figures as well that you can choose and pick from. But when you got them in a $20 range, hey man, you're not really breaking the bank there, but you're getting a good quality figure for 20 bucks. So from Mo's Torum to yours, everyone, happy holidays to all, and to all a good night.